Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dawn, the Self-Esteem Queen, and I have a video today for you guys. It's been a long time. I could talk about it, but I'd rather not. If you follow me on Facebook, then you know that for the last 9 months I had been commuting, going back and forth to my office in Los Angeles, and recently I made the decision to stay home. And I made that decision for a number of reasons, but the most important reason is that I did not retire my mom to slave her, and I was unable to see my children I really didn't see my children a lot, as much as I would have liked to. I mean, there were some days that I did, work from home, but for the most part, I was commuting on a commute that was really treacherous. I mean, in one of my past videos, I talked about how bad the commute was and actually showed a video of the traffic that, you have to endure. But on top of that, seeing so many fatality accidents and seeing so many reckless drivers and having to just be on the freeway for so long, it really took a lot out of me. And as a result, I had gained weight. I had gained adult acne, and these things were really difficult for me to deal with, just as someone who really strives to take care of themselves. And so I had to make some changes. I knew the changes were coming, and there were a series of events that happened for me that resulted in this change happening. And I have to tell you now, there are some of you, and you are on the brink of something, and you think that because you don't see right on the other side of that hill that it's time to quit. Maybe you've been doing something for a year. Maybe you've been doing something for 2 years. Listen, I've been making candles since 2004, gave up that dream to be a motivational speaker, did that, rescued teen prostitutes, did that, go speak on Native American reservations to the youth about suicide and depression. I do that. I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm so many different things. I'm an aunt, and there are only 24 hours in a day, and I was not utilizing my 24 hours the best way that I could. And so I came back to making candles, and I'm currently making some candles right now. I have a whole bunch of them actually. And these are the things that I love to do. Candles bring me peace. I've also began to perform Reiki on myself again. That brings me peace. And that kind of brings me to the lies that we're told about success. And I want to go through some of these lies, because these lies are the reason why some of us are held in bondage. So one of the lies is, we have to live this life where we work, eat, sleep, repeat. Fly. Oh, shoot, fly. Okay, so let's get into some of these lies that we're told about life, and then let me just give you a little inspiration today. Okay, lie number 1: life is all about work, eat, sleep, repeat. Well, I tried that. It didn't work. It left me exhausted, and it actually made me sick. I know that everyone is not made to be an entrepreneur. I get that. But if you're not finding the work-life balance that you really need in order to be happy, then you are work, eat, sleep, repeat. A lot of our unhappiness is tied to not doing what we love, or not stepping out on faith and trying to do what we love and seeing if it will make us money. I mean, just think about it. I literally left commuting to come sit at home, and before this I was a life coach, and I made good money. And I stopped doing that because I had children, and I decided that I didn't want to take on so much energy from so many different people while I was trying to raise my children. And so I have switched careers several times, all really doing the same thing, except doing it maybe now, instead of doing it one-to-one, that coaching, I do it for a crowd of more people, so a community of people rather than just one person. With that being said, people say that entrepreneurship is next to impossible. I don't know about you, but the internet is filled with people who have businesses, who start businesses every day. And there are people who have businesses and the businesses flourish, and they're selling something for $3.99 a person. But imagine if 1 million people bought something for $3.99. You do the math. I already have. I already have. And I know exactly what the math is. And I know that if I take the time to make candles, right, I know that the essential oils that I put in the candles are going to smell amazing. I know that because I've been making candles since 2004 and been making money and have taught other people how to make candles, that it's a pretty simple thing for me to do. I love to make candles. It's also therapeutic. So I found something that I loved, and now I do that. So, next myth. Your hobby or purpose won't make you money. Well, I went to school to be a motivational speaker, communication studies with an emphasis in public speaking, and theology with an emphasis in Asian religions were my majors. I have an MBA and a Master's of Divinity, and I use all of that in every single thing that I do, whether it's speaking to a group, speaking to one person, praying for people, whether it's going and helping youth, whether it's rescuing a kid off the streets, whatever it is that I'm doing, making candles, I am serving God first and foremost. And so, you know, yeah, they may be considered hobbies, but when you start making money from them and you actually, you know, have books for your business and, you know, you set up a nonprofit, you know, okay, so I'm getting back to where I was before I wanted to experience being in a workplace. And it feels amazing. It feels absolutely amazing. So another myth, you can't make money without scamming someone. So most people think that as an entrepreneur, you have to be scamming someone in order to make money. Yeah, well, I mean, I know that there are people that scam others, but the majority of the people who are out there making money on their own are doing so because they were tired of helping somebody else live for a living, meaning, you know, right now I'm living for a living. I'm on my way out of town with my family. I'm living for a living. And even if you work a 9 to 5, you should be setting aside money to live for a living. Because one thing that you don't want to do is waste your life away and then realize, oh my gosh, I haven't traveled here. I haven't been there. I'd love to do this. I'd love to do that. It's time that we step out of the place of fear, right? And it's time for us to step into a place of doing what we really love to do because we love to do it. And trust me, the money will come. There is not one entrepreneur that I don't know or that I haven't studied that hasn't had the struggle before they overcome, and it was just at that moment that they were going to give up. That one moment, you know, what if I thought people would never buy my candles, or what if I thought, oh well, I used to make candles, I can't do that anymore. I mean, I'm making candles, it's amazing, I feel amazing, life is amazing, and I've lost weight, a lot of that adult acne is gone, and I just feel like being able to take my kids to the park in the morning because they get up at like 5:30. Being able to get up and take my kids to the park and start my day that way is amazing. Being able to go outside and play with my kids in the backyard, amazing. Being able to go on a walk with my kids and my mom, amazing. Being able to give my mom a break so she can go have a massage, amazing. Amazing. Because they say it takes a team to make your dream work. And I totally believe that, but what if your team was right around you and you didn't take the time to utilize the people around you? I mean, I've attempted to utilize other people to help me, and I've been disappointed every time. Not because, you know, something is wrong with those people. My expectations are really high, and I decided that instead of going to a workplace where I had to complain, instead of dealing with people that I didn't really want to deal with, instead of going somewhere and doing something that I don't want to do, I can sit right here and do the work that I want to do as the executive director of the SEQ Hope Foundation and as the founder of Light the Mood. And I am so blessed that I made the decision and I said yes to myself. I said yes to my children. I said yes to my life. I said yes to being able to sit in my garage and work because that's what I want to do. I said yes to being able to meet with the different vendors that I want to work with and I want to work for, because these are the relationships that I want to build for my future and for my children's future, not because I have to go clock in for somebody and try to finagle a relationship with someone who doesn't care about me the same way that I probably don't care about them. It's time. It's time for us to stop looking at the lies that we've been told. It's time for us to explore other options of, even if it's not your full-time gig, if there's something that you do that's creative, that you love, do more of it. Do more of it. Because I can't tell you how amazing it feels to have my mom go to the doctor and the doctor look at her and say, "You don't look sick." And my mom says, "I'm not sick." And the doctor says, "You've lost 65 pounds since the last time I saw you." And my mom says, "Yeah, I dropped the job and I dropped the husband. And now the doctor wants to retire and play with her grandkids." And there's nothing more amazing than living for a living and allowing that to be the watermark that you leave on the world. I mean, I could show you a lot of the flashy cars that I've had, the great people that I've met, the different coaches and mentors that have helped me over the years. I could post up a whole bunch of different pictures, but the reality is that after they all left, and after I stopped paying this person $20,000 a year, or stopped paying $3,500 to go to this seminar and that seminar, when I stopped doing all that, I was the only person that could help me. I was the only person that could be my cheerleader. And I'm telling you today that you have the opportunity to live your best life. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. If you really want to live your best life, you can. And I'm just so happy that I said yes. So for the person that wanted me to touch on that, I hope that, that answered you. I have some other things that, people want me to touch on. Let me also say that success does not mean that you're, making P. Diddy money. I mean, some people don't really need that. I don't need a big mansion. I do have a nice house, but I don't really need a big mansion. I don't need flashy cars. I've had those before I had my children. Now I just want something safe to get my children from point A to point B and back to point A. I've had all of that. And as I continue to live for a living, I hope that you guys will join me on this journey, because it is so amazing to go back to the things that you love, that, you don't really realize why you're upset or why you're sad or why you're frustrated or why you're starting to get depressed until you go back to the place where you were happiest. And then you realize this is the reason that nothing was clicking. And I have to tell you guys that right now it's all clicking for me. Dawn the Self-Esteem Queen, if this is your first time watching my video, I thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you click the subscribe button. And come on over to selfesteemqueen.com. I'm also on Facebook, Dawn the SEQ. I just appreciate you guys for riding with me. Until next time, I love you. And there's absolutely, positively nothing you can do about it.